Think about the last time your income went up. Maybe it was a raise, maybe a new job, maybe a side income that finally started working. For a few days, it felt different, like something had shifted, like the financial pressure that had been sitting on your chest for months had finally loosened. And then, a few weeks later, something arrived. Not a bill, not a statement. An offer. Pre-approved. Congratulations, your credit limit has increased. Exclusive financing available for you. You did not apply for any of these. They found you. And the reason they found you, the exact reason your name was on that list and not someone else's, is information you handed them yourself, every single month, without ever realizing what you were giving away. Here is something most Americans never think about. Your bank is not just a place that holds your money. It is a data company that happens to offer financial products. And the most valuable data point in your entire profile is your income. Every direct deposit tells your bank exactly what you earn, when you earn it, and how it compares to last year. Every paycheck that lands in your checking account is information. Every raise, every bonus, every increase. And your bank uses every single one of those data points to decide what to offer you next. Today I am going to show you exactly how this works, what your bank does with your income data, why it is designed to quietly absorb every raise you ever receive, and the specific moves that take that power back. And here is what I want you to know before we start. Every single thing in this video is something you can act on with your next paycheck, without earning more, without changing your lifestyle dramatically. This is not complicated. It is just something nobody explained. Your raise changed more than your paycheck. So let me show you what actually happens the moment your paycheck hits your account. Your bank system registers the deposit amount. It compares it to your previous deposits. It calculates your income trend, and within seconds you are recategorized. Not into a category that helps you, into a category that determines what debt products you qualify for. Picture this. Two people. Both have good credit. Both pay their bills on time. The only difference is income. One earns $60,000 a year. The other earns $90,000 a year. Which person receives a higher credit limit, a larger mortgage approval, a lower rate personal loan? The answer is obvious. But here is what most people assume. They think the bank believes they are becoming wealthier. Not exactly. The bank believes they can carry more debt. Those are not the same thing. Here is something worth knowing. Banks use something called a debt-to-income ratio. Instead of asking how rich you are, they are asking how much monthly debt you can survive. That is a very different question. If your monthly income increases by $1,500, you suddenly qualify for a mortgage that is $100,000 higher. Not because the house became more affordable, because your borrowing capacity increased. Now meet Brandon. Seattle, 35 years old. Software engineer. Got a $12,000 annual raise in March. By May, 2 months later, he received 3 separate offers from his bank. A credit limit increase on his existing card from $8,000 to $14,000. A pre-approved personal loan for up to $25,000, and a home equity line of credit invitation. Brandon did not apply for any of these. His bank detected his income increase and immediately offered him the maximum amount of debt his new income could service. Not to help him. To capture his raise before he could save it. Sound familiar? The most expensive moment in your financial life is not when you struggle. It is when you succeed and your bank moves faster than you do. But here is the thing. Once you know this is happening, the fix takes 15 minutes. And you can start it with your very next paycheck. Now, let's take this one step further. Because the offers are just the surface. What is actually happening underneath, the psychology your bank is using on you right now, that is the part that changes how you see every financial offer you will ever receive again. And I want you to hear this next part not as a warning, as an explanation. Because most people who accept these offers are not being reckless. They are not bad with money. They are being human. They are tired. They worked hard. And when something arrives that feels like recognition, a higher limit, a larger approval, a reward for their effort, something in them responds to that. That is not weakness. That is exactly what the system was designed to trigger. Behavioral economists call this reciprocity bias. When someone offers us something, even just an acknowledgement of our progress, we feel a pull to respond positively. Your bank did not send you that offer out of generosity. It sent it because it knows exactly how reciprocity bias works. And it used your own income data to time the offer perfectly. You were not careless. You were targeted. Here is something that surprised me when I first read the research on this. Banks do not make the most money from people who never borrow, and they do not make the most money from people who cannot repay. Their ideal customer sits right in the middle. Someone responsible, someone with stable income, someone who pays every month, for years. In other words, someone exactly like the person who just received a raise. Now let's put a real number on this. Imagine your household earns $100,000 a year. After taxes, monthly take-home is around $6,400. The lender approves a monthly mortgage payment of around $2,700. Technically, you qualify. Now add everything else. Property taxes, home insurance, utilities, maintenance, groceries, car payments, health insurance, childcare, unexpected repairs. That comfortable approval starts feeling very different. The mortgage did not become expensive overnight. Life showed up. And life always costs more than the calculator predicts. Here is where psychology quietly takes over. Most people do not anchor to the price. They anchor to the approval. Instead of asking how much house they actually need, they start asking how much house they can get. Notice that shift. One question protects your future, the other stretches it. Now meet Diane. Austin, 42 years old, accountant. She knew about lifestyle inflation. She had read about it. She was careful. But 3 months after her $15,000 annual raise, her bank increased her credit limit. She did not use it immediately. 6 months later, a car needed unexpected repairs. She had the available credit. She used it. 2 years after her raise, she had $11,400 in new credit card debt. She did not go on vacation. She did not buy luxury items. She just had credit available during life's normal moments. And life's normal moments filled it. Her raise did not make her richer. Her raise made her bank richer, while leaving her in exactly the same place. But here is what I want you to hear. Diane's story does not have to be your story. Because you are watching this video, you know the mechanism now. And that already puts you in a completely different position than Diane was in. The same situation, different information, completely different outcome. But that is not even the biggest part. Because what I am about to show you is the reason this keeps happening, not just once, not just after one raise, but every single time income goes up. And once you see it, you will also see exactly how to stop it. Here is the thing nobody says clearly. You are allowed to use banks. You are allowed to have credit cards. You are allowed to take advantage of financial products. This is not about avoiding the system. It is about understanding how the system works so you can use it instead of being used by it. And here's what I need you to hold on to. Everything that follows is something you can do, not someday, not when you earn more. With the income you have right now, what your bank actually knows. Let's say you get another raise next year, maybe $10,000, maybe more. Here is the honest question. Where will that extra money go first? Will it go into investments, your emergency fund, paying off debt? Or will it quietly disappear into a slightly bigger lifestyle? That decision, more than your salary, determines whether you become wealthier or simply more expensive to maintain. Here is something worth sitting with. Many people believe they have an income problem. In reality, they have an allocation problem. Money does not disappear. It gets assigned. Sometimes by you, sometimes by companies, sometimes by lenders. And if you never decide where your raise goes, your monthly payments will decide for you. If this is making sense, take 1 second right now and subscribe. Every week I go one layer deeper into exactly this kind of thing. Not investment jargon, not complicated strategies. Just the mechanics behind money that most people were never taught, and that make a real difference once you know them. Now let's keep going, because the next part is where this actually gets fixed. The 90-day rule. Now imagine two people. Both receive the exact same raise. Salary increases by $15,000 a year. The first person celebrates. A newer SUV, a nicer apartment, a premium credit card, a few extra weekends away. Nothing outrageous, nothing irresponsible, just small upgrades. Within 12 months, the entire raise has disappeared. Not because of one expensive decision, because of 6 or 7 comfortable ones. The second person also celebrates. But they make one rule. For the first 90 days, they change absolutely nothing. Same apartment, same car, same lifestyle. Instead, they watch. They observe their own habits. They ask one honest question. What actually improves my life? And what simply feels like progress in the moment? That pause changes everything. Because excitement fades. Good decisions stay. Here is why 90 days matters specifically. Behavioral researchers have found that the urge to reward yourself after positive financial news is strongest in the first 30 to 60 days. After 90 days, the emotional charge fades significantly. The decision you make at 90 days is made by a clearer version of you, not the version running on excitement. And this, just like the minimum payment trap we talked about last week, is invisible until you name it. Simple to work with once you do. Here is the sentence I want you to hold on to. A raise gives you more income. Debt gives that income a destination. And if you never choose that destination yourself, someone else will happily choose it for you. 3 moves. Starting this week, all of them doable with the income you have right now. Move 1. Separate your direct deposit from your spending account. Open a high-yield savings account at a separate institution. Current rates sit around 4 to 4.5% according to Bankrate's 2026 data. Direct your paycheck there. Transfer only your monthly budget amount to your primary checking. Your bank sees a transfer, not your salary. Your income data stays private. Your savings earn 4% while they wait. This takes 15 minutes to set up. Once done, it runs automatically. Move 2. When you receive a credit offer, any credit offer, implement a 72-hour rule before responding, not 24 hours, 72. The reciprocity bias that makes offers feel urgent typically fades within 48 to 72 hours. After 72 hours, evaluate the offer on its actual terms, not on how it felt when it arrived. Most pre-approved offers look significantly less attractive after 72 hours. Move 3. Intercept your own raise before your bank does. The moment you receive a raise, increase your retirement contribution or automatic savings transfer by at least 50% of the raise amount before the new paycheck arrives. If your raise adds $500 per month, move $250 per month to savings automatically. On the same day, you update your direct deposit. Your lifestyle adjusts to the remaining $250. Your bank never sees the full raise amount. And your savings capture what the debt cycle was designed to absorb. You do not need to earn more to do this. You just need to move the money in a different order. Now meet Raymond. Charlotte, 39 years old, operations manager. Applied all 3 moves after his last raise of $9,600 annually. Separated his direct deposit, implemented the 72-hour rule. Intercepted $400 per month of his raise into savings before it hit his spending account. 12 months later, his bank had sent him 4 credit offers. He had accepted 0. His savings had grown by $4,800 from the raise interception alone, plus interest from his high-yield account. Same income, same job, same city. His bank offered him more debt. He chose more wealth instead. And so can you. Here is what this is really about. It is not about distrusting your bank. Banks are businesses. They do what businesses do. They use available information to sell products to the people most likely to buy them. The problem is not that your bank is running a business. The problem is that most Americans never realize the product being sold was access to their own future income. Every direct deposit is a report. Every income increase is a trigger. Every pre-approved offer is a system responding to data you provided, timed to arrive at the exact moment you are most likely to say yes. You worked for that raise. You planned what to do with it, and a system you did not know existed was already planning faster. Now you know how it works. You are no longer the person who did not know, and that changes everything because the system only works on people who cannot see it. You can see it now. 1. Action. Right now, before this video ends. Look at where your direct deposit currently goes. Is it your primary spending account at a major bank? If yes, this week, open a high-yield savings account at a separate institution. Search bankrate.com. Current highest rates are listed there. Takes about 15 minutes to set up. Next Paycheck. Direct deposit goes there first. Transfer only your monthly budget to your spending account. Your bank sees a transfer, not your salary. Drop in the comments. Have you ever received a credit offer within weeks of a raise or income increase? I read every single comment, and I promise you, the answers in the comments are going to be more consistent than you expect. Subscribe if this landed differently than you expected. Next video exposes something that works exactly like this, but it happens so slowly that most people never notice it starting. And by the time they do, it has already been working on them for years.